Hello students, welcome back to course orientation part 2 dealing with Blackboard. I am Dr. Mercado and welcome back. This is part 2 orientation for summer 2025. Now in this short orientation video, I am going to give you a short breakdown of the Blackboard layout, the Start Here module, the course content, messages, announcements, and the gradebook. Okay, all of you should be familiar with Blackboard. All of my courses are basically structured in the same manner. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit here and I'm going to go into the South Texas College webpage, okay, where we are going to be going into our Blackboard or Blackboard courses. Obviously, this is my computer, so it knows me to log me in, but you would log in into Blackboard. And let's wait for it to load. Here we are. And then you're going to be seeing a list of your courses for the summer session. I'm sorry. So I've got summer 2025. These are the courses that I should be teaching in the summer. Okay, so what you do is you go into a course and you start working. Okay, so I'm going to pick a course. I'm going to pick this one, which is my summer 3 course. It has a lot more content, but it's structured in the same manner. So you open up the class. You're going to have the Pronto Instant Messenger. Please make sure that you download that in your mobile devices as well. It's very convenient. It's like a messaging system. You can message me directly or you can message the entire class. So let's say, for example, you are working on an assignment on Saturday. Okay, I don't respond to student inquiries over the weekend or the holiday. But if you have a question on Saturday, who can you contact? We'll contact your classmates, okay? So you can send a chat to your classmates. Hey, I'm working on this problem. I'm having difficulties here. Can anybody help me out? And then you're more than welcome, anybody, to contribute to the conversation and help each other out. That is the whole point of collaborating. That is the whole point of Pronto. If I'm available, then I will quickly chime in. If not, your peers can chime in and help answer the question, okay? If I have a general announcement that I need to post, I'll post it on the Pronto Instant Messenger as well. So it's very important that you do have it downloaded, okay? Once you go through that, then you have your Start Here folder. Okay, you're going to open it up. And you're going to have important information related to the course. Now, the information varies by course, so what you might see here might not be the same thing that you are looking at for your specific course. But if it's under the Start Here module, it's something important, so please make sure that you do go in there and view it. Okay, the instructor resources, that basically just gives you important course information. So if I open it up for this class, it gives me information. This is a summer 3 class, the dates it's going to run, my contact information, my online office hours. This is where you'll locate the 3 orientation videos, and it gives you an overview about the learning objectives, the textbook, so on and so forth. Okay, so please make sure that you review all of the information. You're not going to break anything. Go ahead and click away. You also have the Concourse syllabus. If you click on the Concourse syllabus link, it will open up the syllabus for you for the class. Please make sure that you print it out. Like I said, make a folder for each of your classes, put the syllabus in there, and always refer to your syllabus, okay? So I'm going to open up the syllabus for this particular class. You would do the same thing for your class. Okay, so you've got the syllabus, you print it out. You've got my information, everything related to the course, the grading criteria. Okay, now at the very end of the syllabus, there is a topic outline. In the topic outline, it tells you by week what we're going to be covering that week and your assignments for the week and the due dates. Okay, so this is where you always need to refer. Okay, I'm in week 1. This is what we're going to be doing, and this is what the tasks that I need to complete by the deadline. Okay, this is what I'm going to be doing in week 2. This is what we're going to be covering. These are the assignments, and this is the deadline. Please print it out and have it handy. Okay, so I am not going to go over the actual syllabus with you. You all can read it on your own times. This is just me showing you where to locate the syllabus. Okay, so make sure that you do have that available, print it out. Okay, so you've got your syllabus, you've got technical support for Blackboard. I don't know why I have 2. Let me delete it down here. Okay, and then you've got resources. You've got Cengage resources for students, which we'll go over in a module or in the third orientation video. But just make sure this is just review all of the information under the Start Here module. This is where you locate information about the course and the instructor and your syllabus, as well as any additional resources. Okay. Once you have that done, then you go to the next item, which is your Cengage assignment links. This will direct you directly to your Cengage course, not a specific assignment, but the actual course itself in Cengage. You also have access to your technical support, to the student dashboard, and to the ebook. Okay, so these are direct links to your course. Okay, now then you'll see weekly modules, okay? So in week 1, I'm going to cover course intro and chapter 1. Week 2, I'm going to cover chapter 2. In this particular course, in week 2, I'm covering 2 chapters. So I broke out the information by chapter. That way you are not overwhelmed, okay? Just make sure that you always refer to your syllabus so you know if you're covering 1 chapter, 2 chapters, 3 chapters, or whatever it is that you're covering, okay? What's going to happen now is you're going to open the content folder for week 1. That's the first week we're going to start in. You always start off with the overview, okay? The overview is going to give you a general overview of what to expect this week. It gives you a brief description of the chapter, what we're going to learn, the chapter objectives. It's going to give you access to the PowerPoints, okay? It's going to give you a breakdown of the assignments that you need to complete and the due date. And if there are any lectures, you'll find them here, okay? So it's very important that you start off in the overview section so you can know what we're going to be learning, okay? This is your starting point. You read. Now, reading this section does not mean that you don't have to read the chapter. You still need to read the chapter. This is just a general summary of the chapter, the objectives, the PowerPoints, the assignments that you need to complete, and if there are any lectures, you'll find them here. Remember, I don't have lectures for all classes, but I do for most, okay? So, once you have that done, on week number 1, everybody needs to complete a syllabus course orientation quiz. That is for all of my classes, regardless if you're in summer 1, 2, or 3. Now, that course orientation quiz is a short 5-question quiz dealing with information about the syllabus, the course syllabus, okay? And the purpose of this quiz is to mark your attendance, okay? You need to complete this quiz to be marked as participating or attending, okay? If you do not complete the quiz, you will be marked as non-attending and you might get dropped from the course. So it's very important that you complete it. Once you are done with that, then you begin with your assignments, and I have links to everything that you need to complete. For this particular class, you're going to do the reading, then you're going to complete the Cengage tutorial, then you're going to complete the quiz, and then you're going to complete the homework, okay? Please follow this order. The reading needs to happen first, the tutorial needs to happen next, the quiz will be covered third, and then you leave the homework for the end. The homework is the more complicated one, okay? So you leave that to the end, and you make sure that you tackle everything before that, and you leave enough time so you can complete your homework, okay? Now, I will not go over this in orientation 2. This will be covered in orientation 3. Whenever you see this blue circular image, that means that this is a link to Cengage. So you basically just click on the link and it will take you to Cengage. But I will cover that in the next video. For this video, I just want to show you the layout, okay? Every week it's the same thing. You open up the folder, you start off with your module overview. Always start off with your module overview. You review, and I like to start off with a positive quote for the week. You know, always stay positive. Yes, it can get difficult, you know, having to manage work, your family, and school, but it is not impossible. Okay, so we need to maintain a positive attitude, positive mentality, and stay organized, and we can get this done. Okay, so usually I like to start off with a positive quote, then a little short overview of the chapter, the objectives that we're going to be covering. You've got your PowerPoints, the assignments that need to be completed, the stated due date, and then any videos related to the chapter. Once you review that, then you can begin working on your assignments. You've got your reading, your quiz, and your homework. Okay? So it is basically the same thing every week, regardless of the week you're in. Okay? Like for example, in this particular class on week number 5, we're having a test. You open up your overview and it tells you we're having a test. Welcome to week 5. We're having a test. The availability, it gives you a review for the exam. It tells you what learning objectives we're going to assess with the exam and the due date. Once you review this information, you go back, you click on the link, and voila, you take your test. Okay? So the setup is very easy. Just click on it. Always begin with the module overview. That is where you're going to be finding a summary of the chapter, your PowerPoints, your lectures, if any are provided. Okay. So that is the layout of the course. I do post announcements every week. Make sure that you check your announcements. For example, for week number 1, I've already have 3 announcements scheduled. So please make sure that you always watch the announcements. Like I said, I post them. Stay up to date. I post important information on the announcements. Okay. Discussions. I don't anticipate having any discussions during the summer session for any of my classes. So let's skip this section. On the gradebook, you're going to find the gradebook. I work off a 1,000 point scale for all of my classes. So if you see here, for this particular class, we're going to have 25 items that tally up to 1,000 points. Okay, that is the 1,000 point scale. As you complete your assignments, this will be filling in, and then you'll have a grade populated. Okay, so you'll have that information available so you can be able to check your grades on Blackboard. Now, you will have grades on Blackboard and you will have grades on Cengage. Whatever you complete on Cengage, the grades will automatically flow in to Blackboard, and you will be able to automatically see your grades populate here automatically. Okay. For the messages, this is where you can communicate with me. This is the preferred method of communication. You select the messages tab, and then you select a new message. You can use this to communicate with me or with any of your peers. You can have the option to select all of the individuals in your courses, or you get to choose. Let me delete all of these. Okay. Or you get to choose who you want to message. Okay. So you have a list of all of the students in your message list. And if you want to just message one of the students in particular, you can do that. You can do all course members, or you can find whoever you want to message. Okay. My name should appear. Let me see. Okay, I guess, let me see. Okay, so there we go. Let me see. So it says you can message all instructors, and that would be me basically. There's only one instructor assigned to the course. And then you can type a message here, and then I will get the message, okay? So this is the preferred way to communicate with me. That way I know that you're in a specific class, and all of our communications remain saved or stored in the actual course. Okay, so you select who you're going to send the message to, you type your message, and then you just click the button send. Okay, and it should be, then I'll receive a notification that you send me a message, and I will reply to your message. Okay, but this is the preferred method of communicating with me, through the messages button. Okay. So that's basically it. The only tabs that we're going to be using are the announcements, the gradebook, the messages, and of course the content. Okay, that is the only 4 tabs that we're going to be looking at. Content, where you find all of your course related information. Announcements is where I remind students of important things. You get a notification that a new announcement has been posted. For this course, there will be no discussions, or for any of my courses in the summer per se, no discussions. The grade book keeps track of all of your grades, so that you do have access to, so you can see. And messages in case you want to communicate with me. This is the preferred method of communicating. Okay. Now, if you choose to communicate to me via email, that is perfectly acceptable. I check my emails every day. Just make sure that you do notate what class you're in, okay? So let's say, for example, you're Mickey Mouse and you're going to send me a message. Say, good morning, Dr. Mercado. My name is Mickey Mouse and I am in your Accounting 2301-V64 Principles of Financial Accounting class. That way I know that you are Mickey Mouse from Principles of Financial Accounting. Okay. I have a lot of students, and it's very difficult to track what class they're in. For example, last semester I had in my spring semester, I had a total of 12 individuals named Carlos. Okay. So when Carlos would message me, I was like, okay, what Carlos is this? What class is Carlos in? Okay. So it's very difficult for me to kind of pinpoint how many or what class you're in. So if you're going to email me, that is perfectly fine. Introduce yourself and tell me what class you are in, and then tell me the question or the concern that you have, and I will answer your email. Okay. If possible, and I will cover that in the third video, when you are working on your assignments on Cengage, there is a button to email the instructor. I highly recommend that you use that button, because if you use that button to email the instructor, what that happens is it sends me a link to your assignments that I can view. Okay, because every student has different homework problems. Okay, so Maria and Juan can be looking at the same problem, but they've got different numbers. So, if I'm not looking at the correct data, then I'm going to give you wrong feedback, okay? So just make sure the link is there to email the instructor, that you use it. If you are having issues with a problem and you are not using the link, then send me screenshots so I can be able to look at it, okay? So whatever you choose, communication is important. Just make sure that you are detailed in your questions. If it's pertaining to a problem or a specific section, send me a screenshot to make it easier for me to better understand what your question or concern is. Okay, so the overview is very easy. Please make sure for Blackboard related items that you complete your week 1 syllabus quiz for attendance, so that way you are being marked as attending and you don't get dropped. During week 1, you review all of the Start Here information. You print out the core syllabus, okay, found under the instructor resources, okay. Print out your core syllabus, have it handy, create your folder for my class, review all of the information under the Start Here module, and then create your account in Cengage, which will be covered in the course orientation part 3 video. After you create your Cengage account, you can begin working on your assignments, okay? Remember, when you open up the content folder every week, the first thing that you need to look over is the overview section that will cover the overview of the chapter. It will provide you with the PowerPoints. It will provide you with the assignments, the deadlines, and any videos if applicable, okay? So, I hope that this gives you a brief overview of how the course is structured in Blackboard. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am here to assist you. And that is it for this lecture. We just have one more lecture to go, which is Cengage. Please make sure that you listen to that third orientation video, and then you are ready to get started with week number 1. Okay? Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.